Gut Health by Keely Sage. One's gut is responsible for many mechanisms in the body. The gut houses a large number of bacteria. It is seen to have effects on skin, mood, and the functioning of the brain and the body itself. Some of the foods we eat and the things we take in, such as antibiotics, processed foods, are seen to have negative effects on one's gut and thus their overall health. I'm going to argue the importance of keeping one's gut healthy and functioning in this presentation. Antibiotics are very useful and can be very powerful, but the problem comes in with the overuse of antibiotics. According to Carle, most antibiotics exert a dramatically disruptive effect on the gut microbiome. The problem with this is the disruption is often permanent and can lead to issues such as antibiotic resistance and other skin issues such as acne when your body becomes resistant to antibiotics and other problems. So one should use them sparingly and only take antibiotics when they need to, as for sickness, in order to avoid some of these problems. One's gut is also attributed to the health of one's skin. The skin reveals much about the overall health of a person. Issues such as acne can be attributed to the health of one's gut microbiome. The foods we eat have been seen to have a direct effect on one's gut health, which leads to the health of one's skin. The typical Western diet includes foods high in sugar and fat and low in fiber. When foods lack fiber, one's body digests the foods quickly and uses the energy more quickly. This process increases insulin production and is linked to the storage of fat. These foods have also been seen to cause inflammation. Acne vulgaris is a direct effect of inflammation. Along with sugar and fat, non-fermented dairy products such as milk and other dairy products can be a cause of issues. According to Bow and Logan, milk is associated with acne because it contains growth hormones, both synthetically added and naturally occurring. Acne is certainly driven by insulin-like growth factor 1, and insulin-like growth factor 1 can be absorbed across the colonic tissue, which is a reason to avoid dairy to keep your gut healthy and your skin healthy. Many bodily diseases have also been attributed to the health of one's gut microbiome or lack thereof. There have been a number of diseases that the gut microbiome has been directly implicated in the etiopathogenesis of a number of pathological states, as diverse as obesity, circulatory disease, inflammatory bowel disease, and autism, according to Ken Ross and other authors. Humanity has passed a milestone as we are more likely to die of a non-infectious disease than as of an infectious disease, as we were in the past. Types of non-infectious diseases include heart disease, cancer, dementia, and even diabetes and obesity. It is interesting that we can now die of diseases caused by too much of the wrong foods, where we died of starvation in the past. Along with bodily diseases and issues, the gut health is also attributed to the health of one's brain. Neurological disorders such as ADHD, anxiety, and depression have been seen to have links to one's gut microbiome. If you have ever heard someone say that he or she has butterflies in their stomach, or maybe that he or she has a gut feeling about something, then that might not be too far from the truth. Currently, many people are struggling with depression, and antidepressants have become the #1 prescribed class of drug in the country, according to Perlmutter, and they treat the symptoms of depression. Interestingly, the gut is filled with nerve cells that receive and provide information to the brain, but also produce more than 90% of the body's serotonin, a hormone that helps regulate our moods and emotions, according to the Division of Gastroenterology and Hepatology. Depression is now being recognized as an inflammatory disease. According to Perlmutter, in people with other inflammatory and autoimmune diseases like irritable bowel syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, insulin resistance, and obesity, all of these conditions are characterized by both higher levels of inflammation and intestinal permeability. This gives us a direct reason to focus on the gut when treating these disorders. ADHD is also very common in the U.S. among children and adults. The people being diagnosed with these disorders have not seemed to be genetically different from people from other nations, but many patients of ADHD also have digestive issues. ADHD is linked with higher inflammation in the gut, and a study was conducted that attempted to treat ADHD with probiotics and nutritional supplements as opposed to Ritalin, a common ADHD drug, and the response provided the same outcome as those being treated with Ritalin. This is very telling, and the gut is increasingly becoming referred to as the second brain, which signifies the significance of the gut on the effects of one's mood. With all of the negativity surrounding an unhealthy gut, there is hope. A healthy gut corresponds, or at least will reflect, total body health. As Enders put it, when something is wrong with our gut microbiome, something goes wrong with us. One can be kind to their gut by doing things such as taking a probiotic and prebiotic supplement, eating nutrient-rich foods, and only taking antibiotics when necessary. If one has been eating a poor diet, there is still hope. Whole plant-based foods are full of vitamins and minerals that are essential for proper nutrition and a happy gut. It has been previously mentioned that the foods we eat have a large effect on the health of the microbiome of the gut. The food that we put into our body either helps fight disease or cause it. Foods high in fiber are great for the gut, along with fermented foods, which contain probiotics and are also a great addition one can make in order to maintain a happy gut. One should take measures to reduce harmful exposure to chemicals. Buying organic foods is a great way to reduce pesticide exposure, as well as buying locally sourced produce. Unnecessary exposure to environmental chemicals can disrupt one's gut microbiome and brain physiology, according to Perlmutter. Our environment affects our insides more than would be expected. Although some do not realize the importance of gut health, it is very important and influential in overall health. The connection is gaining recognition among medical researchers and is leading the medical conversation. The connection is one too large to ignore, as one's gut microbiome has a direct effect on so many different bodily and brain mechanisms. One might refuse to recognize the connection or fail to see its significance, but to do so would be acting out of pure ignorance. Thus, we must fight to maintain a healthy and functioning gut microbiome in order to be truly and fully healthy individuals.